We'll just let it resolve of its own volition.
Okay. Well, Winston, I want to start off today. I don't want to upset you, but there
Okay.
are a lot of people out there who have not seen Seinfeld.
What? I don't
There's a
believe you.
huge. It's probably only 4 to 6% of the population, but that's significant.
We need to reach out to those people.
Some of these people can be excused for simply not being alive at the time of Seinfeld, you know.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
And so today is about, you know, we can't expect people to start at season 1, episode 1, and go through the entire series. Most people aren't going to do that. Besides, there's an abundance of great shows out there right now. I mean,
Yes.
how many people go up to you and say, "You haven't seen XYZ,"
Right.
and they
It's
get
like
mad at you?
you cannot consume all the content. There's no way.
I have a long list of shows I want to watch. I can't watch all of them.
No.
So today is about presenting a concise list of some Seinfeld episodes that would be good for someone who has never experienced
Yes.
Seinfeld before.
A Seinfeld
Um,
starter kit.
yes.
This is
Um,
very helpful.
this idea actually comes from my brother, who has 2 daughters, and
Mm.
he introduced them to another great show from the '90s, Star Trek: The Next Generation. And
Yes.
same thing, you can't expect Star Trek: The Next Generation. I love, but season 1, episode 1, it takes a while for the show to get its sea legs, so to
Yeah.
speak. And
It's
someone made this great curated list of here's the episodes to watch and here's the ones to skip, and they went through that
ah.
list. So that's kind of where this comes from.
Okay. This is brilliant. Brilliant.
So this is kind of with my nieces and nephew and mine, who are all kind of
Love it.
high school, college age kids now.
Now, I will say this before you dig into it. I think because of the world we live in with the TikTok and whatnot, that people are like maybe aware of these characters. They've probably seen clips, but they just don't have a good, solid foundation to work from, which you are about to give them.
Well, and that's right. There's some things out there that are just in the culture. No soup for you. A lot of people
Mm.
probably know that phrase, but they don't know where it comes from. Festivus.
Oh, Festivus. Happy
But
belated Festivus, by the way.
happy belated Festivus to you. Very
I
belated Festivus.
side note on that. I was going to put up a Festivus pole in our yard this year,
Uh huh.
and I got busy. And at the last minute, I was looking around, and the only pole I had was like 18 feet long, a metal
So
pole. And I was like, I just don't know if that conveyed Festivus properly. Also, it's
it's
hard to
just you
stick
have a
an
lot of
18.
grievances to air.
Well, it's like an 18-foot long pole in the air, like you got to secure it. You know, it's like anyway. Next year, I'm doing a whole Festivus
I mean, kind of sounds like
corner
some
of our
real life
yard.
excuses, but I hear 18-foot pole, figure out a way to put the 18-foot pole up and let the whole neighborhood know about Festivus. Um,
Well, I got a lot of problems with these people. Anyway,
so
yes.
I got this for I got this at Thanksgiving, I think, from my sister-in-law. She got me it's an advent calendar,
Of course.
and it has a pop-up.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Uh,
And all these little compartments have like things in them, and I've actually put some of them up. There's like a Ass Man license
yeah.
plate here.
Oh, that is
Well,
too
anyway,
funny.
yeah, it was a great gift. Thank you, Connie.
Thank you,
All
Connie, for
right.
sponsoring the show. Okay, back to the topic.
So, and then the other thing, we need to talk about what do you start with? I think we should have a one episode, like here's your first episode. Then maybe we get kind of a small group of episodes that you can go to after that. And
Okay.
then if you want to kind of if you're hooked, a starting point for the rest of the series. I don't know if the first episode you watch should necessarily be the most famous one.
Okay.
Um, some of the episodes later in the series are kind of self-referential,
Mm.
and they kind of rely on prior knowledge. I think the first episode should establish a taste, should kind of
Okay.
establish the vibe and the personality of the group. That might be one of the more famous ones, maybe not.
Well, do you have one already picked out, or are you just
I have, first of all, a list of all of the episodes right here.
it's amazing?
And then I've marked a few of them.
Well,
That's about it.
I had one pop into my head just totally randomly that would kind of be. I don't know if this would be the first one. And the only problem with it, which is a huge problem, is that Kramer, I believe, is not in the episode at all. Do you know which episode I'm talking about?
I think it's the Chinese restaurant.
That's the one. And I don't know why Kramer's not in that episode, but had he been in that episode, then that would have been the perfect one to give a taste of totally non like uh there's no storyline. The storyline is that there is no storyline. They're just waiting in a restaurant. That's the one I would put forth. But maybe you still could because you could introduce Kramer in a different episode. But to me,
Absolutely. So
that kind of embodies Seinfeld.
that
But there's another
episode
one.
is so Seinfeld.
I'll tell you another one if I may. That's in parallel
Please.
to that is the parking garage.
Yeah.
It's probably on your list.
Yeah.
And Kramer
Well,
is in
yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Kramer is in that one. That's a very good one. So let's just start with a pool of
Okay.
episodes. Let's just throw
Okay.
some ideas. So that's two of them right there. Exactly. Chinese restaurant is so beautifully Seinfeld. And it's early on. I kind of like one of the earlier episodes. Maybe not from the first couple seasons, but exactly. They're not in the apartment. There's no coffee shop. And there's no Kramer. It's not a
Right.
deal breaker.
No.
Um,
But it's stylistically,
yeah.
it lets you understand what this people's world is like.
Yeah. All right. Well, any others that jump
Well,
to your mind?
those two were the first ones off the top of my head. Now, would
Okay.
you say, okay, let's just say hypothetically, you're going to show somebody what, like 5 episodes, 3 episodes? Like, what's
Well,
the appetizer look like?
I say we let the number of episodes decide itself of its own volition.
How about the airplane flying over my head? Whoa! Did you hear it?
That's oh yeah, it's continuing of its own volition right now.
We live right by the airport, like right by
Oh,
the
good.
airport, and it's an endless source of ADD entertainment to watch planes coming and going. Um,
Let's make sure and stop the episode each time, and we'll try to figure out like what airline it is.
oh, I have the app. I can tell you if I hopped off of here. So wait. Well, those were the two that popped into my head. What's another one? Do you have the list there?
All right, so I'll start kind of at the early ones. Those were the first two I had. The Chinese restaurants from
No
season two.
way. Are you serious? I picked the
Well, I
first
mean,
two you had.
in order.
Oh.
If we're starting at the beginning, Chinese restaurant season two. Um, I didn't really have any others from season two. I had some that were kind of close. The pony remark is in season two.
Mm.
Um, but anyway, season
I
three,
had the
parking
pony.
garage. Yes, Manya died. Um, and looking through season three,
I would think. Okay, so
they're all good.
Oh, I know.
I want the
So
person to watch all of them, so I'm trying to edit myself here.
here's how I would operate. Okay, instinctively, is we know what the most famous episodes are, right? They're the ones that kind of were the most talked about, like the next day when they first came out. But the way I operate is I think about my favorite phrases or jokes, and then I would seek out the episodes that had those jokes. For example, before you hit
Yeah.
record, we were talking about the ice storm, and we had an ice storm too. And I watched with great curiosity when the mail was going to show up again. Now we had bad ice, right? And it was a Saturday and a Sunday. So on Monday, I looked out the window, no mail. And then on Tuesday, I think it might have been Tuesday or Wednesday when they finally delivered the mail. And I went and looked up the Postal Service motto because I was thinking, of course, of rain nor sleet. It's the first one. And I was like, what is sleet? I think it's the third one. So I was like, so then that makes me want to seek out that episode.
That
And that's
episode would be the calzone.
the calzone.
Um,
Yeah.
George is paying Newman to
Yes.
pick up
Deliver.
calzones to bring to Steinbrenner. Yeah, and it's raining.
Yeah.
It's raining. I
I
don't work
it
in the
work.
rain.
It's the first one.
I don't think he gets to sleet. I think it
Yeah,
says neither rain nor
rain.
it's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was gonna show somebody, if Seinfeld is a meal, that would definitely be maybe an appetizer or a first entree would be the calzone episode. For me, that's just popped into my head.
Calzone is on my list. Calzone is from season 7. It's a great one. Um, George is eating a calzone in front of Steinbrenner, and he gets Steinbrenner hooked on him.
Yes.
Starts eating him for lunch. Kramer gets into baking his clothes in the oven to make them warm, so when he puts them on, he gets that feeling. And then he starts carrying around all the change in his pockets. I love the calzone.
Yeah.
That's on my list from season 7.
I was gonna add. I don't think these have to be in any particular like chronological order.
No.
Like they're kind of like standalone, even if they're somewhat self-referential in the show. I think there's still enough of a standalone story there that you could find it entertaining if you didn't know the whole backstory.
Absolutely. Listen, we can poke holes in any episode. There's
Yeah.
no perfect intro. And also, they kind of are all perfect in the same way,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they are. All
we
right.
don't need to spend our whole day trying to find the one that ticks all the boxes. Is what I'm
Right,
saying.
right, right, right. But I was trying to think of no, always keeping in mind we're discussing a Seinfeld starter kit. These are for people who are watching Seinfeld for the first time. So I don't know if there's any episodes that are solely about Elaine, but I would want to include an episode where she has one of the main hilarious storylines, which I'm trying to think of off the top of
Well,
my head. But maybe like the
I mean,
marathon.
easy. The little kicks.
Yes, yes, which is also, by the way, a famous episode. But
It's
that one,
fantastic.
that one, definitely on the list.
Yeah.
The little kicks. And my
The
my favorite part is when Jerry turns around and he goes, "Elaine danced." Like,
You did miss one little nugget of entertainment.
oh yeah,
Have
what's
you ever
that?
seen Elaine dance?
Elaine danced,
Did
and
she do the little kicks with the thumbs?
the little kicks with the thumbs, like a full
Wait, you
body.
know about this? For some
The-
time, and then they flash back.
What is so brilliant about that is the setup is that it is so universally known that she's a bad dancer that Jerry reacts viscerally to it, like the turnaround.
Another
Uh,
great one. So that's the one where Jerry starts bootlegging movies for Brody.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that one also, if I remember right, George is the bad boy. He's trying to impress the Anna who works at
Yes.
Peterman. At the end, Elaine says George isn't a bad guy.
It's a bad
And
scene.
Anna's attraction drops. And then George, trying to win her back, says, I'm a bootlegger. I'm bootlegging movies, baby. And anyway, he gets caught. And they're at the police station, and they need to be bailed out at the very end. And do you remember who shows up?
Oh yeah, Dad. George
My boss
Costanza.
isn't clever enough to hatch a scheme like this.
Well, you can say that again, and then she says, "I could drop you like a bag of dirt."
Yeah.
I'm saying that like that episode. It's very much embodies the chaos and the calamity of their existence. Where, by the way, a common theme on Seinfeld is joking clearly at someone else's expense. I mean, that's like the whole thing. And her dancing is the butt of the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaine danced?
Well, I also have the very next episode. It's
Really?
called The Package.
Oh.
This starts out by Kramer trying to get a refund on Jerry's stereo, which no longer works. And he says, would you be interested? And the warranty's expired. Would you be interested? Anyway, he goes through this scheme to send it through the mail and have them pay for it. Meanwhile, Elaine goes to the doctor and reads her chart.
Yes.
And notices that she's difficult. Someone wrote that. And there's a really great story of Elaine going from doctor to doctor trying to get that off of her chart. Meanwhile, she only makes it worse and they keep writing more things on her chart. She involves Uncle Leo,
Yes.
who opens a package
Yes.
and there's an explosion. It's not from the package, but it singes off his eyebrows. Anyway,
Yes.
but that's also the one where George gets photos developed, and there are some like sexy photos
Yes.
from someone,
Yes.
and mixed in with his photos, and so he turns around and has Kramer photograph him famously in all of the
In the
seductive poses in Kramer's apartment.
And let's just throw in a little throwback here. You had that picture on your wall in your childhood bedroom. No shame in the game,
Wait a minute.
didn't you?
The first
Or
picture I
was it?
had was the Kramer painting. The
Yes.
one that it was painted with him standing dignified.
Yes. Did you have the George one, or am I imagining that? I thought you had that
I
one.
don't remember.
Yeah,
It's possible. I had a full-size poster of the Kramer. That's what
I
I'm
remember
not
that.
sure I had a smaller print of George at some point or another. But that was
Do
another
you
really famous picture. That's kind of why I bring it up.
do you still have the Kramer? That poster?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, it's close by, actually. It's not on my wall, but it is right over here in this room.
How could it not be?
Yeah. I keep all.
So
I have posters. I have Spurs posters with David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Terry Cummings, and like
nice.
Derek Anderson, people from the late 90s.
So what we're seeing here, excuse me, what we're seeing here is that these were Seinfeld things that made their way into pop culture, like the Kramer and George's poster. So seeing this again, seeing the episodes that produce those moments is a must, especially for a beginner.
Yeah.
Especially for a beginner.
Yeah. I said maybe we don't go for the most. Maybe we go for the most famous one too.
Well, I was gonna say sometimes the moment is funny or famous, but not the whole episode.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that, where I know the moment. Like for example, um, technically Norfolk has more gross tonnage. One of the most brilliant lines ever. And I don't even know. I know that episode Kramer was swimming, but I don't remember
He's
anything else in
swimming
the
in the
episode.
East River.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what? The package. Now that I say, I think I ranked the Little Kicks. About the Little Kicks is going to be in our intro starter kit. I don't know if the package is. It's close. But talking about famous episodes, let's talk about the contest.
Very famous episode.
Very famous episode, but I don't know if I would include this in a starter kit necessarily.
I
Even
would
though
not.
it's brilliant. You
Yeah,
would not?
I would not. No.
Why would
I
you
think,
not?
well, I think it's most famous because of the time period that the show was in, and they didn't do stuff like that on television. They didn't talk like that on television. So it was a very brilliantly done episode, and they pulled it off. But I don't think, and I'm trying to remember what else was in that episode. I honestly don't remember, but I don't think that it would teach you a lot about the show if you'd never seen the show. That's
Yeah.
my main thing.
I tend to agree. I mean, we get the phrase master of our domain from that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fit, but you're right. What's brilliant about that episode is that they managed to get that on network TV
Mm-hmm.
with that subject matter, and there's part of it that's shocking. Part of the entertainment is is like it's amazing they actually did this.
Right.
Um,
So from a starter Seinfeld starter kit, I wouldn't include that. I feel
Also,
like that's graduate studies, Seinfeld.
yes, yeah, I kind of agree. One thing we also might do at the end of this, there are a lot of parents out there now,
Mm.
and parents might not want to watch the contest with their kids.
Yes. Well, and let's be honest, Seinfeld teetered on the edge of that
They did
its
it
entire
brilliantly,
run.
but the
Yeah.
contest is one I think I'd put out of our starter
Yes.
kit for that reason.
Yes. No. Starter kit. Say PG-13 maybe.
Yeah.
PG. I don't know.
All
Yeah.
right, let's go through a few more here.
Okay.
Um, One that's high up there for me is the marine biologist.
Oh, yes. Okay. There were if you're really going to know Seinfeld, you have to really appreciate the way the stories intertwine, right? I'll see episodes of shows where they'll have parallel narratives and they don't come together at the end, and you're like, why do they even have that other narrative? To appreciate Seinfeld for beginners is to appreciate the intricacy and beauty of how the narratives are all wound around each other. And that
Mm-hmm.
episode in particular is probably the best example of that. And now, if you haven't seen it, clearly you don't know what I'm talking about. But just know that it has, like, out of all the episodes, perhaps the greatest. I don't know the word. I can't describe it, but it's like everything comes together brilliantly in
Yeah.
in
One
George's
climactic moment.
speech in the diner about saving a whale, and it is stand up and clap. Good.
It's a great one. It's George lying and doubling down on his lies, which
About who he is. Yeah.
it's a great George episode. Um,
It is the full and perfect embodiment of who George Costanza was as a human being.
Why could you
Truly.
have told her I was an architect?
You know, I always wanted to be an architect.
No, you know I always wanted to pretend to be
I
an
wanted to
architect.
pretend to be an architect. uh, yeah.
That one's very high on my list. Well, let's save our number one for the end. Let's
Okay.
again, we're pooling episodes, but that one is
Yeah.
firmly in my top whatever.
Okay. Okay. What's next?
Who wants to have some fun?
I do.
Okay, so that's season 5. Staying in season 5, the puffy shirt.
Oh, yes.
Now, did we go to the Smithsonian together?
I don't think we went to Washington, D.C. together.
I can't remember what trip it was. I thought it might have been a school. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it was. Not a
Wasn't
Gainesville
me.
school trip, anyway.
No, it wasn't me.
Anyway, well, the puffy shirt is in the Smithsonian Museum of American History. It's there, just on an important scale. Kramer's dating the low talker.
Yes.
They go to dinner. Jerry doesn't know what she's saying. He's just nodding along,
Just
and apparently he agrees to wear a
nothing.
puffy shirt on his Today Show appearance with Bryant Gumbel, who they had, and he keeps mentioning it. You're all kind of puffed up.
But I don't want to be a pirate.
I don't want to be a pirate. Yeah. Um,
One of my favorite
the way
lines.
he walks out wearing the puffy shirt for the first time, just dejected, like a kid who's in trouble or something, Anyway, I don't know. That was kind of on the edge for me. What do you think?
Uh, I'm trying to remember the other parts of that episode. I don't remember off the top of my head. Do you remember anything else going on?
George is the hand model in that one.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna
And
say
that's Frank and Estelle are in that because he's manicuring his nails.
yes.
And he keeps asking his mom for, hand me an emery board. They start yelling and George yells at them. Stress is very damaging to the epidermis.
I would lean. I mean, it's a great episode, but if the criteria is starter episodes, I would lean toward no.
Fair enough. It is not a slight on any of these brilliant episodes if we don't
No,
include them in the starter kit.
no.
Not at all.
I'm just
Not that
thinking.
there's anything wrong with that.
No, not that there's anything wrong with that. My criteria
Okay.
is like, are you learning more about the characters because you don't know them if you're a beginner?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my criteria.
Moving on.
Yes.
This is one that is not a famous one, but I thought was a very Seinfeld episode, and that's the stall.
Yes. Spare a square.
Can you spare a square?
Can you
I don't
spare
have
a
a square
square?
to spare. I can't
Yes.
spare a square. How about a ply? One ply. Um, of course, Elaine has that, and Jerry's dating the girl in the other stall who refuses. Um, Meanwhile, Kramer is doing phone sex, and he recognizes the
He recognizes
voice.
the voice. You know what?
And this is also the one where Elaine is dating a mimbo. Tony! Hey, Tony! Pretty boy, Tony.
Okay. So the criteria is you're helping somebody to learn about a character. I would lean towards yes on that episode because you're learning that Elaine is a serial dater, and she's neurotic and crazy at times, and that's a very much a glimpse into her
She
character.
denies that it's about looks at all for half
Right.
the episode.
Right.
And then at the end, yeah.
Yeah. So that to me would you could throw that in the pot of possible beginner episodes.
Okay, let's move to the Cheever letters. So,
Oh.
this is a really good one. So, the cabin burns down, and this is the episode where they have to tell the Rosses at dinner that the cabin burned down, which is a
Yes.
great scene. Whenever I love Susan's parents, especially the mom who's drinking,
Always
and
drinking.
when she hears it's burned, she just is giggling and having a great time. Burned, and but also Jerry ends up going on a date with Elaine's assistant. She ends up staying over, and they start dirty talking.
She starts in with the dirty talk.
Yes. And he says something that totally weirds her out. And he spends the rest of the episode trying to make sure Elaine doesn't hear what he said to the assistant. And then in
Right.
the very, very last scene, Elaine reveals that she has,
Yes.
and it's a big, it's one of the, it's a climactic moment, kind of like the marine biologist.
Yes. Yes. I like that one. Wait.
Not a super famous one again, but a very Seinfeld one.
Very Seinfeldian. I would. Yeah, that could be a candidate for that. In the middle of that, I thought of another episode that is kind of famous that might also be a good learning episode is, and I don't know the name of the episode, but it's the Moops, Bubble Boy,
The Bubble Boy.
the Bubble Boy. That's a very famous
Yep.
episode, but it also would be a good one for somebody to watch in the beginning because of
I
George.
think The Bubble Boy was one of the first ones I saw. Actually, I didn't
Oh,
start
really?
Seinfeld from the beginning. Yeah, but I saw it
Well,
on reruns on TBS.
well, the reason why I thought of that one was the absurdity of it. Like the premise is absurd. Like I know there really was a Bubble Boy. Like that's a real thing that really happened, but that somehow George and Jerry get tangled up to the point where they're visiting him and playing trivia, and then they get in an argument over the Moors and the Moops, and then all hilarity ensues. To me, that would be a good episode for somebody to watch if they haven't seen Seinfeld.
They're also going to the cabin in that episode.
Ah, okay, maybe that's why I
That's the
thought of
one
that.
where George speed. Jerry and Elaine are following George, but George is obsessed with making good time, so he speeds and loses them.
Yeah,
That's how he ends up lost, and he gets to the Bubble Boy's house, and they end up going to the diner, and then later, Kramer and the woman with the funny laugh end up going to the cabin, and they
right,
go there and burn down the cabin
right.
at the end of that episode.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, because he leaves his cigar unattended.
I saw totally a side note
I
here.
love the Bubble Boy.
I
Yeah.
was watching Jeopardy the other day because we watched Jeopardy, and the answer to one of the
That's
questions,
a good reason to watch Jeopardy.
like
I
we
watch
love
it
it.
because I watch it.
I watch it because I watch it. I make no apologies.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the answers was the Moors to one of the questions,
Uh-huh.
and I
And you
thought,
immediately thought Moops.
well, my question was, if you had a chance to answer a question on Jeopardy and say the incorrect answer, knowing it was going to
I'd
be
go
wrong,
for the joke every time.
would
I
you go
think.
for the joke? I think I would have. I was yelling at the TV. I was like, you could have said, what are the Moops? And you would be instantly famous. Think about that.
You would be a hero to all Seinfeld
You would
fans.
be a hero, and Jerry Seinfeld himself would hear about it. And I was
And
like, you know
just to
what?
condense it and make it an even more, let's say that the game is on the line. If you answer this correctly, you win, and if you answer it incorrectly, you lose.
But
Just to up the
really,
stakes.
but if you answered incorrectly, you win more, right?
I think so. I
Like,
mean,
well, in this particular episode, it wasn't.
Winston, what do we do? Who are we? Who are we, and what have we done every day of our lives?
I
We
I
go
was.
for the laugh.
You have to. Well, here's the thing. I was watching it, and this nerdy guy answered, and he was like, "What are the Moors?" And I paused. I literally paused it.
Boo.
I thought that was his chance to be immortalized in the Seinfeldian zeitgeist forever.
Mhm.
Would be the Jeopardy answer and say, "What are the moops?" And Ken Jennings would have to correct him when he got it wrong and say, "No, it's the Moors."
And then he could have yelled at Ken Jennings, "It's moops!
It's the moops.
The card says moops!"
I'm telling you, I told Donna, I was like, he missed his chance at
Yeah.
immortality right then, man. He totally, totally missed it. Anyway,
Well,
uh,
sadly, some people just don't have their priorities right in
they
this
don't have their
world. You know, we
priorities
can't
right.
fix everybody.
It wasn't even a daily double. It was just like one of the questions, you know? And he just was like, what are the
Come on.
Moors? That's correct. I was like, lame.
Live a little.
Come on, man. Anyway, so I would throw that episode in possibly
You
into
like
the
the
pot.
Bubble Boy? I love the Bubble Boy.
I like the
Okay.
Bubble Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. He lives in a bubble.
Uh,
Let's go through a couple more here, right? Okay, the Fusilli Jerry.
oh,
Um,
yes. Shout out to proctologists everywhere, right? Isn't that the
yes, it is.
proctologist, the license plates?
Uh,
Is
so
that the same
Kramer,
episode? Yeah.
yeah, gets his license plates mixed up. He's the ass man now. He talks
You
about if you're
are.
ever at a party and there's a proctologist there, don't ever let them, out of your sight. There's another big reason about this one. So there's the Fusilli Jerry itself that ends up. There's Frank and Estelle. Any George's Parents episode is a great one.
Yep.
There's Kramer and his license plates and the attention he starts getting because of it. A million to one shot, Doc. It's a pretty good line from that one. It's also the introduction of David Putty. Elaine starts
Yes.
dating the mechanic David Putty. And I
Yes.
included another episode on this just for Putty.
Yeah.
And this made me think about all of the side. I mean, there's so many good
Oh,
side
there's
characters. Jay
so many.
Peterman.
Yes.
Newman. Do we want to do a Newman early
Mm.
on? There's so many good ones. This is the very first one with Putty.
Mm.
And it's the one where he's doing the move. And Jerry calls him a hack.
Yeah. That would be a great episode. So here's my question about all the side characters.
Yeah. The
You
side
can't
characters are a tough one for me. I don't really know what to do with those.
you can't include. Here's the thing: there's too many good ones to include them all in beginning episodes. But
Mm-hmm.
Newman, I would argue, is a little more than a side character. One of my favorite Newman ones is when he opens the door. The police are looking for him. He says, "What took you so
What
long?"
took you so long? Well, the calzone is a Newman.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
I
see,
would
that's
have no
good.
trouble putting the calzone in the starter kit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just have to do a case-by-case basis. This
Well,
one could work, and I'm sorry I interrupted your thought on
no,
the
no, go
side
ahead.
characters, but just on this one, it is Putty's first appearance.
Mm,
So it's also the introduction of Putty to the
yes.
entire show. Anyway.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't remember this, but when is Newman's introduction? Do we know this? What episode is he introduced?
Oh, I think
I don't
that's
know.
early. There's one called The Suicide in like season 2 where Kramer's complaining that Newman's telling me he's going up on the roof again to kill himself.
Oh,
Like he's annoyed.
yes. Okay, other topic.
Okay, so that was okay. So Fusilli Jerry, first intro of Putty, yes or no?
Yes. I vote
That's a yes.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. I was about to throw in the face painter along with this for Putty, but I think if we're doing Fusilli Jerry, we don't need to do the face painter then.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
get I would argue any episode that gives you a sense of a character, that's a good one for
Okay.
Buddy.
All right. Here's what I have so far:
All
Chinese
right.
restaurant, parking garage, Cheever letters
Yeah.
with the dirty talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm second guessing that one.
I'm on the
Where it
fence
comes.
about it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's leave it out for now because let's err on the side of less is more here.
Okay.
No to the contest. Um, no to the puffy shirt. Right.
Right.
The marine biologist, yes.
I vote
Um,
yes.
the stall, yes.
I like that one. I feel like
Okay.
there's one more. You still have that list in front of you? You're looking at it?
Yeah. The calzone
Yes.
and the little
Yes.
kicks.
Yes. How many is that? 6? 5?
Yeah, I'm not like a mathematician over here. Um,
Can't add that much.
and then Fusilli Jerry, which we just added. Okay. Now, just a few more right here.
All right,
Just
let's
go
hear
through
them.
these kind of quick.
Let's do it.
One is, well, the soup Nazi.
Famous episode. Super
It may
famous.
be the one, I mean, one of, if not the most famous episodes. Most people know the phrase, no soup for you.
I could include that one.
Elaine wants an armoire, or she gets an armoire. She's trying to move it into her building.
Yeah, yeah.
The street toughs, those two guys take it.
Yes. Okay, wait. Okay. So what you said you have a few more? Just rattle them off for
Okay,
me. Soup
the
Nazi.
secret code, Bosco, Peterman, George, Kramer's driving the fire truck. He has all the routes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, Jerry's trying to get a commercial at Leapin' Larry's, but his
Okay.
foot keeps on falling asleep.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
but that physicality of Kramer on the back of a fire truck,
Yes.
universal.
Universal.
That's why I included that one because it's a
Yeah.
really good Kramer episode.
Here's okay. And how many more do you have? 2 more? That was two.
Like
So Soup Nazi,
yeah,
Bosco.
uh, yeah, Soup Nazi Bosco, the rye with the fishing pole and the bread with Susan's parents.
Yes.
You know, we already have Susan's parents on another one. You might want to leave that one out.
I'm thinking, okay, here's what I think so far. The Soup Nazi, if I'm remembering, doesn't really introduce any long-term characters, right? The Soup Nazi was a one-off.
Soup Nazi is a one-time character.
It's very famous, but I'm going to say no to that one.
Okay. Yeah,
For
I'm
no
with you.
for no reason other than it's not really introducing a character, as far as
What
I
about
recall.
yeah? What about Bosco, the
Bosco's
secret
good
code?
because that's your J. Peterman, right?
Yeah, they keep trying to avoid dinner with Jay Peterman, but
Right.
George keeps getting caught with
Yes.
Jay Peterman. He takes him to see his mother, who's dying. That Jay Peterman and George story is great.
Yeah. And by the way, we should tell our listener this is 100% subjective. Like this is just you and me riffing
Oh,
about
by the
why we
way,
think.
I'm sure there are lists out there that do this already. I actually did a little research to see. Um,
Look at
there are a
you.
couple Reddit posts, but let me just say that without going into all those lists, they're trash. They're like they're like Gene's picks at the video store. Gene's trash. Their lists are trash. Our
Uh,
list is the one you should be paying attention to.
yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Okay. So Soup Nazi out. Secret code in.
Okay.
What was the third one? I already forgot.
The shower head.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Actually, there's 2 shower episodes here. There's
Here's
the
a no-
shower head where they get the low flow shower heads, all their hair
right.
goes down.
Right. Right.
Now, I don't know if that works because you kind of need to know what their hair looks like ahead of time, but I still think the joke works.
Okay. Here's what I would say to that. This is my litmus test. Much like with the sleet the other day, I always assess how applicable it is to real life, to your life. Okay.
Yeah.
And I actually and we'll just throw this out there for the world to know. I texted you a while back on a road trip immediately after I had taken a shower. Remember this? Because I was in a hotel and
Yes,
they had
yes.
the shower head that was peeling my skin off. Not literally, but it was so bad you couldn't stand under the water. You had to stand off to the
Yeah,
side and like step into it like a fire hose.
yeah.
And I texted you right after that
Yes,
because
you did.
I was like, this is hilarious. This is the shower head. And I'm
Anytime
forgetting
you or I encounter Seinfeld in real life,
yeah,
we are on the phone immediately.
immediately. Yeah. And I don't remember the name of I'm drawing a total blank on the shower head. The one in the back. He's like, oh, you don't want
Oh,
that
the
one.
Commando 450.
The Commando 450. Thank you. Yeah, that one.
No, no, that's
So,
the Commando. I don't sell that one. It's for elephants. No, that's what we want is a Commando 450.
so part of this criteria for what
Newman's in
people
that
should,
one.
yeah, he is. I feel like that should be part of the criteria is will the person seeing it be able to immediately apply it to their life? So
I'm
like,
throwing it in.
so like the soup Nazi, it's funny, but when have you ever dealt with the soup Nazi? Like never, right?
Yeah.
So this one, to me, that one is very good to throw into the mix because if a first-time Seinfeld watcher connects with it on a human level, they're like, oh, I like this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So and
relatable.
that one is one, and we've all had the low flow shower heads. We've all had the strong shower heads. So yeah, I would throw that one in for sure.
Okay. Well, staying on the topic of showers,
Okay.
there's the apology. We've talked about this one before
Yes.
because Stanky Hanky is going through the 12 steps of
Yes.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yes.
And George is so excited to get an apology
Because of the sweater, the bulbous.
because of the neck hole in the sweater. But George just can't wait. I can't wait for Hanky to come crawling back to me. Anyway, so there's that. But this is also the time where Kramer's trying to cut down on his shower time, but eventually decides, no, I'm not. I'm getting a waterproof phone. I'm staying in my shower all day.
Yeah. I prepared it as I
A-
bathed. Yeah, that's a
And then
classic.
he gets the
Yeah.
garbage disposal in his shower, which Putty's sitting at the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
The phone
Oh,
rings as
you
Putty.
must be a Clarkman. Okay, so again with the theme of real life, a while
Yeah,
back when I put in a garbage disposal, our garbage
yeah.
disposal died, and as I was putting the new one in, I was thinking this wouldn't fit under a shower. Like, like, like it's a foot and a half. Like it wouldn't fit under a
It's a
shower.
huge thing, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like an engine.
yeah. And I was actively thinking that while installing it, I was like, I wouldn't want one of these in my shower. That's a great episode. That one's in 100%.
And then in season, there's just so many great ones in season 9. That one's from season 9. The apology is the final one.
All right,
There's like
so let's.
5 others you could include. But I think maybe we just stop there for season 9.
Whoa, what was that?
One moment. So, season 9, there's the strike, which is Festivus. I say no.
Yeah, famous
There's
but
the
no.
reverse peephole.
Brilliant.
There's the butter shave. There's the Frogger. There's maybe
Oh,
my favorite, the Merv Griffin show.
yes. Oh, yes.
You see what I mean, though? There's almost so many of them right there. They're all classic.
Okay,
This is a starter kit.
let me throw a loophole in this conversation.
Please.
Your instinct is to tell someone just watch season 9.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be a real starter kit, you don't want them to spoil their whole existence by watching season 9 first.
We at Top of the Muffin do not want to spoil their whole existence. That's true.
Well, it'd be like eating dessert first. You know what I mean?
And then having 4 courses of dessert.
Right.
No,
So
we need
so
a
so
mixture.
I would think starter kit maybe one from season 9. The Merv Griffin one's good. Yeah, that's a dealer's choice. They're all good, but you could just pick one of any of those you mentioned. Lump it in with the others,
Let's
and
see
then
what else is happening in the Merv Griffin.
that's the
So,
George the birds. They don't have a deal. The birds won't get out of the way.
the pigeons,
Yeah,
right?
And then the squirrel, he's like raising the squirrel.
Yep.
Uh,
And it's where Jerry drugs his girlfriend to play with her toys.
toys. Yeah. Oh,
Kramer, so you drugged someone to take advantage of their toys?
all right. Let's take a commercial break, and we're back.
All right. Well, in season 8 is a little kicks. Season 8's the same thing. The abstinence is a great one where George stops having sex and becomes
And gets
smarter.
smart.
Elaine
Yeah.
stops having sex and becomes dumber.
So
The
really,
chicken roast.
oh, it's Kenny Rogers Roasters.
But
That's a
that one we
brilliant
can't put
episode.
in the starter kit because you have to know how Jerry and Kramer act to appreciate when they
Right,
swap
right.
roles.
Gosh, this is complicated. Okay, here's the
It
starter kit.
is.
The starter kit is
Yeah.
to just watch every episode.
Yeah. Okay. From
Okay,
the
real
last
quick.
two, why don't we just the Susie? I love the Susie. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, breaks Mickey's thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say Little Kicks, The Apology. Those are our two from 8 and 9.
I like it. I like it. So how
Gotta
many
make
is
some
that?
tough decisions on this podcast.
It's not easy. Not for everybody.
Outside
how
of
many
that,
is that?
we have the calzone. Okay, so
Let's hear the list.
the Little Kicks, The Apology,
Yes.
the calzone,
Mm.
the showerhead, the secret code, the Fusilli Jerry, the marine biologist,
Sting.
the stall,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the parking garage and the Chinese restaurant. I say we throw in the Chinese restaurant. That one's a little bit more Seinfeld, even without Kramer. And that would be 9. And then that's your starter kit. And then we need to pick a 1, to hook someone.
Ooh. Oh man. So we're
That
picking
one's
out of those 9. We're picking one, or you're picking a whole separate one.
If you only say someone is like, all right, I'll watch 1. Okay, I'm not committing to 3 or 5 or even 9.
Is the marine biologist
Watch 1? What's the one that?
Is the marine biologist the
used to
one
hook them?
where Kramer busts in the door and says, "Who wants to have fun?" That's that episode, right? I got to go with that
He
one.
hits golf balls into the ocean.
Yeah, I got to go with that one because it says, "Are you just saying that, or you really want to have fun?" I'm just saying that.
He's doubting the sincerity of their answer.
I have to go with that one. Like if you had one chance to show a person one episode to get them hooked, the climactic scene of that episode, it's beautiful. Yeah.
I think if you chose one out of any of these 9, it's a solid choice. But let me go and get an order here.
Okay. Drum roll.
The Chinese restaurant.
Love it.
The stall. The marine biologist. The Fusilli Jerry. Secret code. The showerhead. The calzone. The Little Kicks. The Apology.
Look, our listener.
Happy with this?
Yes, I'm very happy. And our listener can write that down and go look these up.
I will include it in our info on the bottom of the... Yeah.
You know what else we need, by the way? We need sound effects. How do you do sound effects on a podcast?
Yeah, that's true.
Like what's funnier than getting applause is like this pathetic little applause sign that's like the letters are missing and it buzzes like bzz, 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 and the crowd's like we need a little showbiz. All right, is this winding up of its own volition yet? I've got to move on with my life.
One other question I was going to say.
Okay.
Let's say the starter kit does its job and it hooks the viewer.
Okay.
Where do you start them? I have an idea. And it's not season 1, episode 1.
No. I was going to say season 3, episode 1. Although... Are you serious?
Season 3 is what I said.
Are you serious? Oh, that is wild.
It makes sense.
We had the same thought? Oh,
it makes sense to start at season 3.
This is season crazy.
2. This is season 2. The pony remark, the bus boy, the jacket. I love the jacket where he turns it inside out. The strut. That's Elaine's dad. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that one. Um, the statue. I love that. The heart attack. The revenge, where Kramer puts concrete in the washing machine. They're all great.
yes,
I
yeah.
would start at season 3.
I think, man, great
Season
minds.
3 also. Seasons 1 and 2 are abbreviated. They're shorter.
Yes.
Season 3 is the first full length, like 20 plus episodes or something. 22, I think.
I can't believe we had the same thought. That is wild. Out of
Yeah,
all the
season
episodes,
3.
we picked the same one. What?
I
That
think
is
it's just
weird.
because we know Seinfeld and it just kind of makes sense.
It does make sense. Wow.
All right.
I
Well, that
maybe
topic
I
didn't take long.
maybe I know Seinfeld better than I thought. Oh, that's funny. Well,
That's true.
just like we
Well,
planned.
let me throw in one last thing. This is just for parents. If you want some episodes that are a little, just more
Oh yeah,
PG side of
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Secret Code Works, Marine Biologist, Puffy Shirt, The Smelly Car, the BO of the valet,
Mm-hmm. The
and
contest.
The Checks. That's where Kramer has the Japanese tourist staying in his drawers, and
Oh, isn't
Elaine's
30,000
boyfriend loves
yen?
Desperado.
Yeah. Yes. Uh,
Elaine the
which
song.
a which a woman?
Oh, which a woman. Anyway, those are just 5 I threw together. If you're a parent and you want just to stay on the PG side of things, does that sound okay
Yes.
to you? Those 5?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes. And then I said the contest, but that's not PG. Yeah.
No, though the
That's the
contest is
opposite.
not in either of our lists today.
No. No,
It's
not today.
brilliant. It should be watched.
Carefully.
But there was a lot of good ones that were left out today. But we do this intentionally and with a lot of analysis and discussion and of why and the philosophy of Seinfeld. This is done with great care and meticulousness, this list.
We're doing the important jobs in the
That's why
Seinfeld
those
universe.
those other lists you see online on Reddit, trash.
Trash.
This is the
Trash.
one you want to pay attention to.
Top of the muffin. To you.
To you. That's right.
Somebody's going to figure out this hard-hitting Seinfeld journalism that we're doing. Like, word's going to get around. I predict by the end of
Of course it
2026,
is.
we'll have at least 10 subscribers. Put that down. I'm betting on it.
Mark it down. Did we mention our sponsor today?
Oh, today's brought to you by Zevia. No fat, no sodium, no carbohydrates, no carbohydrates, no sugar, no no protein. Zevia.
Zevia.
It's a zero sugar soda.
Also, no
Flavor.
flavor. No enjoyment.
No joy. It's trash.
Zevia was our sponsor for the last one, too.
They don't even know it. That's the worst part.
Yeah. And also, let's give a shout out to Baron Turf and Tractor.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
You've
Baron
got work
Turpin
to
Tractor, Wichita Falls, Texas, because you've got work to do. Look them up. If you're in
You've
need
got
of
work to do.
any lawn care needs, Baron Turpin Tractor, you got work to
They're
do.
good. Kind of a presumptuous motto, you've got work to do, but still, the quality and service top notch.
Hey, I'm telling you, I know these people personally. I didn't wear the hat today. They're good people, and they'll help you with your lawn
Yeah.
and garden needs, and your turf and tractor needs.
Big fans of Baron Turf and Tractor here at Top of the Muffin.
Look
All
them
right.
up. They're on Facebook. They're online. Baron, Berend, Baron Turpin Tractor, Wichita Falls, Texas.
All right, that about wraps it up. Thank you, Winston.
All right.